Hey everybody, I'm back this week to give you that yearly pumpkin recipe. I know I gotta get into the spirit because I'm one of the people that loves all things pumpkin. Right now I'm drinking pumpkin spice coffee. Hence the little more hyper than usual. Okay, what we're doing today are savory pumpkin muffins. In the microwave, I know they're gonna be great. Okay, so start out with your everyday mixing bowl. But first I should say, get yourself 1/4 of a stick of butter, which is, basically half a stick. And if it's still solid, like you just got it out of the fridge, pop it in the microwave for 30 seconds. If it melts a little bit, that's fine. We're just mixing it in. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is, like I said, get the butter going, but crack 1 egg into your mixing bowl. And remember where you need to throw the eggshells. Oh, we'll just set them over here for now. Okay. Well, while our butter's getting done, get yourself pumpkin puree. Not pumpkin pie filling, but the actual plain pumpkin. You could actually even do this with squash if you wanted to. Okay, let's get our butter. We're going to dump that in with our egg. Set that bowl aside. Get your fork and just stir that up. It'll still be a little chunky, but that's just some butter chunks that'll melt later. Okay, so you want to get 1/2 of a cup, like I'm a 1/2 cup measuring cup, of regular pumpkin then. Doesn't matter, you can just use the same fork. Just measure yourself out 1/2 cup. Okay, a little more than that. Okay, we're going to dump that in with everything else here. Okay, set that aside. You'll have extra pumpkins for when you want to make this again. Or make the pumpkin oatmeal or the pumpkin pie in a mug that I've showed you how to do before. Okay, while you're getting that nice gooey mixture mixed up, next you're going to head for, I've combined 2 recipes that I sort of liked into one recipe that I really liked. So, because I want to do the best thing for you guys. Okay, now you're going to want to get, set aside the extra measuring cups that you forgot. Flour. You want 1/4 of a cup of flour. Actually went 3/4 a cup. I just had the 1/4 a cup to be measuring with. 1. Yeah, I broke this measuring cup's been broken for a long time, but it's still good. 2. There you go. 3/4 a cup of flour. Now set the 1/4 a cup aside because you're going to need it again. You can put your flour to the side to be putting it away. Okay, now you need 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking powder. Make sure I got the right, making sure I got the right stuff. Okay, go 1, 2, 3. There we go. 3/4 teaspoon of baking powder. And you want a whole half a teaspoon of baking soda. Okay, we got that. Get it all mixed up. You'll see you've got a nice batter going here. Now this won't make very many muffins, but just enough for for supper or something. Okay, now you're going to want to add 1/4 a teaspoon of salt. Okay, now I'm going to switch this over here. Okay, now you can add either 2 tablespoons of to 2 tablespoons of fresh onion. Now my recipe calls for onion, but it's completely up to you if you want to use any, because, you know, this is up to your taste. You can use fresh onion or you can use minced onion. I personally am just going to throw in a ½ teaspoon of minced onion because while I like a little bit, I don't want to overwhelm it. Okay, now you want to get some shredded cheese. I'm going with cheddar because I think that'll go the best. You want to put 1/4 cup of this cheese in here. I went for the mild, finely shredded. Okay, that looks good. You can see you're getting a good batter going here. And just to give it a little kick, I'm going to put 1/4 teaspoon of curry powder in here. Instead of doing a sort of a dessert muffin where you put cinnamon in, you put a little bit of curry powder in. Now, let me just make sure I've got everything here. Pumpkin, or like I said, you could use squash, depending on what you wanted to use. Put a little bit of onion in. I've got my butter, got my egg, cheese, salt, curry powder. I have my flour, baking powder, baking soda. I got my salt. And now you can get, okay, this is the part where you get your, make sure you have either a silicone or a ceramic muffin tin, preferably one of the half-size ones. And you can put like a cupcake muffin paper in each thing. And then you fill each one about 1/2 to 3/4 full, because remember, they will rise. But this, one of those, you know, silicone or ceramic half-size muffin tin is on my wish list of things I can't afford right now. But I've had this for many years. I've got a bar pan. So imagine that this is a muffin tin. I'm going to spray this. This isn't a step you'll do, but it's a step I'm going to do because, like I said, it's on my wish list. Okay, so then you'll get your batter. Make sure it's stirred up. If you see any little bits of flour, chase them down. Get those all tapped down in there. You can see it's a thicker batter, but it's still good. I don't want to be filling them too full because, you know, you'll have rising and we don't want to have big messes. I think I'll take a little bit out of that one. Plop it over to this one. Trying to make them even. They're trying to not cooperate, but we'll get this done here. Hope everybody's had a good Labor Day yesterday. I did. Went over to a friend's house. We grilled. I made pasta salad. On the stove, I know. Okay, I'm going to get my one measuring spoon here because I think I have enough to make one more muffin. 1 or 2 more muffins here, and then I'll be good to get them going. Like I said, this would be way easier if I had a muffin tin, but I'll get one someday. You'll just have to suspend belief for now. Okay, when you've got as much batter out of there as you can, I do recommend giving your muffin pan couple sharp tumps like I'm doing. That gets air bubbles out. Makes things more even. Okay, now, chuck this in the microwave for 2 minutes. And then we're going to check them. And I'm going to start cleaning up here because boy did I make a mess today. Boy, so many bakey ingredients. For my sort of weekly t-shirt shout out, this is a new one for you guys. This t-shirt actually came from Tea Globe. I know, it's one I had never heard of before, but then when I saw they were advertising this awesome Tim Burton-esque Amy Pond shirt, oh well, you know, I had to buy it. I actually got this and one other t-shirt in the mail today. Oh, happy day. I'm telling you, when you get 2 t-shirts in the mail in one day, I agonized over which one to wear. Okay, you'll probably see them baking up a little bit, but if you've only filled them as full, half full, or 3/4 full, you should be okay. You shouldn't have any too much spillage. And I would recommend having a toothpick handy. I'll show you why here in a little bit. Yeah, mine's not exactly turning right in the microwave, so I'll probably end up having to do it a little longer. Just because even this silicone pan is a little big for the microwave. Okay, let's see how these look. You can see they're baking up just right, but this is where the toothpick comes in. If you want to see if they're done, like if you touch the top, okay, these aren't quite done yet, so I'll show you in a minute here. I'm going to stick them in for a minute longer. You can see some of mine rose higher than the other because I didn't get them quite even in the container. Getting a little saran wrap for on the top of my pumpkin so I can use it again later. Put that in the fridge. Putting away my step stool. I had to get a step stool to reach my silicone baking thing because I'm short. Okay, what do we got here? 1 second. Pop these out. Oh, they smell really, really good. Okay, and I may not have work in the morning. Oh well. Oh, it is the time of year where I have so. Okay, this is where the toothpick comes in. If you tap the top and it seems done to you, and you want to know if it's cooked through the middle, get yourself a toothpick and pop that right down through. If the toothpick comes up clean, your stuff's done. If it comes up and there's still some tacky dough on, do it another minute. Clean, 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 clean. Let me get a plate out and dump some out so we can see them. Yeah, they're hot. Okay. They're steaming hot. So, they might still feel a little spongy, but trust me, they're done. because when they cool, they'll be just right. Because if you try to do these another minute and then you let them cool, they'd be completely chewy and overdone. So while they look a little soft right now, this is going to be good. This is actually the trick to getting really nice chewy cookies too. Okay, from the oven, but still, if you take your cookies out and they seem just like chewy, you're like, oh man, are they done or not? They're done, because when they cool, they're going to be perfectly chewy. Okay, what I would recommend doing for these is to get yourself some butter and a fork and a knife. You can cut one of these things right open. See, if you were this was a muffin, you just pop it out and peel the thing off and cut it in half, but you can see they're perfectly done in the middle, nice and fluffy. I would get yourself a little bit of butter, slap that right on there. Oh, that's good. Enjoy. A savory way, not overly sweet way, to use pumpkin. Oh, that is really good. Okay, I'm gonna let the rest of these cool for my family for supper. Sorry, my cat's playing in a plastic bag. This poor cat, you remember Chipmunk, has had his world rocked because we got a puppy. Little renegade. You'll see him sometime, just not today. So enjoy the pumpkin muffins. I promise they'll look way better as muffins. And I'll see you guys next week. Don't know what I'm doing, so if you have any suggestions, let me know. And thanks for watching.